You're listening to the Scottish Football Forums podcast, the home of Scottish football banter.
Hello, welcome to SFF Podcast. I'm John and I'm here in Liverpool as we're going to Scotland versus Cote in the second of our friendly matches ahead of this year's World Cup. I'm outside the Old Bank pub in Liverpool. We're about to go inside and do a Tartan Army Sunshine Appeal presentation to Tackle Africa, based in Brighton. Let's go to it.
Presentation, the Tartan Army Sunshine Appeal, 110 consecutive donation to children's charities wherever we play an international football match. Now it may seem strange we're playing against the Ivory Coast and they're making that presentation in Liverpool, but we're absolutely honoured that some of the guys from Tackle Africa who play football and bring underprivileged kids into football in Ivory Coast have come up from Brighton and they've got to say a few words to us before. So thank you very much for coming along, guys, and taking the time to come along. We come along here, we have a resident piper and steering group member with a couple of tunes on the pipes. Over to you, Mark Love. Thank you. Mark actually drove them here this morning. It's two tunes in all the plays. They only managed one today. It's an absolute privilege to be here today and to say donate to the Ivory Coast. I can't say it in French. As I always say to people, I struggle with bloody English. I've got a former pupil at the Rosyth School in Trinent. If you know East Lothian, it's one of the best schools in the world. But no, it's an absolute pleasure to have them here. They say 110 consecutive donation to children's charities wherever Scotland have played football all over the world. And to date, we have donated, Alistair will keep me right here, somewhere in the region of £335,000 to children's charities. A huge thank you to one of our new steering group members, Stephen Anderson, who lives down here. Stephen helped set this up today. Stephen, thank you very much for the work you've done. Mark's on the steering group, but there's 5 trustees in the charity. Myself as chair, Paul Smith as vice chair. Give him a wee wave, Paul. Alistair Dunlop, our financial officer. Mickey Ross was one of the founders from 2003. When you look at him, he was 103 when he actually joined. And our secretary, Clark Gillis. Thanks, guys, for all the support you give us and all the work you do on behalf of the Sunshine Appeal. As you know, it's World Cup year. We've not qualified since 1998. And we've got millions of things going on. We've got a CD being cut by Ted Christopher. We've got a whisky, a single grain whisky, 27-year-old, which was actually laid to rest in 1998, just after we qualified. So please get online. Was it 5 independent bottlers? Buy that whisky. We're getting £5 per bottle sold. There's a beer takeover happening with 8 different breweries. Lots of things happening. Support us wherever you can, guys, because your donation, we're the custodians of your money and make these wonderful donations to some fantastic charities all over the world. So thanks very much to everyone who's come along today. And I'm going to ask Yanni, who runs Tackle Africa, to explain to our supporters what they do in the work in the Ivory Coast. Yanni, over to you.
Thank you so much, everybody. We are absolutely delighted to be here and to tell you a little bit more about the work that Tackle does all across Africa, but specifically about the work that we do in Cote d'Ivoire. So very quickly, as you can see, I've got some of my colleagues with me from Africa, and I'd like to introduce them very quickly, or introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone. So I'm Christopher from Zambia.
Thank you, Chris.
Hello everyone. I'm Michael from Zambia.
Hi everyone, I'm Shivan from
Hello everyone, I'm Victor from Kenya.
Hello everyone, I'm Irene from Uganda.
Thank you very much.
I'm Neil from McMillan.
My name's Yanni, I'm based here in the UK, I'm Director of Operations for Tackle. We have programming all across Sub-Saharan Africa, and one of our countries and the hub for our West Africa programming is the Cote d'Ivoire, okay? Unfortunately, we haven't got one of our colleagues here with us, but we have got from the rest of our countries. And so what we do is we provide sexual reproductive health and rights education through football. Okay, so that means that young people take part in specially designed football sessions every single week that have messages in them about sexual health and what you can do to take control of your life, make positive decisions, and then lead a healthier lifestyle, okay? So for example, if you remember when you were an adolescent, when you were a young person, I can imagine that quite a few people weren't queuing up to go to the clinic. You weren't queuing up to get good quality information, but you were asking your mates, you were asking people around you, or you were too afraid to ask at all. Okay, and that's how we get in trouble. That's how we end up getting bad information, and nowadays kids get it from all different sources that we didn't have when we were coming up. Okay, so what we've got is we've got a fantastic team who train people in the local communities, and those people go out and they deliver football sessions with special messages in. All right, and those messages pass on. We do it week after week, and so we build on the knowledge of the young people who then go out and they make positive decisions, and we link them to clinical services that you might need access to, okay, whatever that might be. So when I say to people, we educate on sexual health through football, everybody looks at me like you're looking at me now. Right? Now I don't know whether you can't understand my accent, which it might be, or whether you're thinking football, sexual health, I don't see it. Okay, so I want everybody here might have played football, you certainly will watch football. I want you to imagine you're in a normal football session, you're playing a bit of pass and move with your teammates, okay? And then the coach says to you, all right, I'm going to come in, I'm going to run into this drill, I want to work on your passing and your moving and your awareness, but when I come in, I'm going to be able to tag you, okay? If I tag you, it means you haven't got a ball at your feet. If you've got a ball at your feet, I can't tag you, all right? And what we would do is we would give that a message, we would give that a representation. This one belongs to me, don't worry, it's not kidnapped. So what we do is we would say, for example, in that, right, if I'm chasing you down and you've got a ball at your feet, I can't get you, we might say that that football represents something like a, what do you reckon? You know the answer. What do you guys think? What could that represent? Any ideas? If the coach can't tag you because you've got a ball, safety. Safety. What?
A condom!
I didn't think that was so well done. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause, everyone. He didn't expect to be shouting about condoms in Liverpool on a whatever Tuesday afternoon. Right, so we could say that football represents a condom, right? So the coach could represent anything you want it to be. It could be the HIV virus, an STI, unwanted pregnancy, whatever it might be, okay? That way, we get these messages through in a way that kids enjoy, they're playing football, they're learning with their friends, and they've got a coach who is really well trained with all the right messages. Okay, so they can go away from there and they've got someone in their community that they can go to and they can talk to, ask important questions. Don't go and get your information from your mates because they're going to give you right nonsense. Okay, so you can go to someone you trust, someone you believe in, and you can get the correct information. And if you need to, you can then go and act on it. Yeah, you can go and get condoms from a trusted supplier. You can go to a clinic that we're working with that we know you can go there and you can use their services. Okay, and all of this stuff is youth friendly. We do it all over Africa. We do it on loads of different things. Okay, loads of different topics. And we work with approximately 25,000 people every single year. Okay, and we've been around for over 20 years. All right, that's the work that Tackle do. If any of you want more information, we'll be over there. Come and have a chat to us. We're looking forward to the game tonight. I'm sorry, we're going to be Cote d'Ivoire fans tonight. We've got to do it. got to do it, but we will be, because of your very generous donation, we will be able to do 2 big programs, 2 big tournaments in the Cote d'Ivoire just because of your donation, and that is absolutely massive to us. It makes a huge difference. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
The demographic here, sex and sexual health is a thing in history. It's an absolute pleasure to donate to such a fantastic charity. The money should be in your account now. You'll receive it all after
Sure,
it's over.
we trust.
We have a little check here.
You do it with the guys.
Thank you much. Some of the steering group want to come over. Paul. Alan. Pat.
Well, there's the Hill Dickinson Stadium, all right from the outside, but it's only 4:45, still 2 3/4 for kick-off. We're not getting in yet. We're going to go in here, the Blue House, Tam College playing. Let's go have a look. Jim, we're at the Blue House, of course. What have you made of the gig in here so far from Tam College?
Well, we are directly opposite the stadium, so it's handy. The music's not too bad, which is surprising for Coyle, and it's an ideal location. So in the atmosphere of the building, it has been for the last hour.
And how did you get down to Liverpool?
Came down a couple of Leicester buses. We've got one bus is going straight back up after the game, and the other staying overnight. Being an old guy like myself, I've decided to take the hotel tonight, and I'll go back up on the bus tomorrow.
What do you make of the city of Liverpool?
I've been in Liverpool several times. It's one of those cities that went through a challenging time, but it's rebuilding itself. And this stadium tonight is a perfect example of it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting in very shortly. It's at 6:15 now, not long till kick-off. What about the game tonight? Do you fancy your chances of putting in a better performance than we did on Saturday?
Well, better performance, I would say yes. Steve Clark might say performance is what he's looking for. And that's the important thing about friendly matches. It gives us the opportunity to try different players. Steve's obviously looking at his back line, that was clear because they had the ball so often. And to others, that's not very good. I would like to see a bit more attacking play. I'd like tonight to be a stress on the forward line rather than the defensive line.
Do you think we can win tonight?
Of course we can. Hey, I've got tickets all the way to the World Cup final.
Yeah.
Never ever say we're never going to win.
Yeah, in terms of the World Cup, how much are you looking forward to that?
I think my enthusiasm is building. After that night in Glasgow and Denmark game, I was sky high. Later I came down to earth when I started booking accommodation, for example. I found, good grief, this is rather expensive. But everything seems to be money orientated. The problem I have with the World Cup, obviously I've got my accommodation and everything booked for the 3 group games, is there's a friendly the week before, and it's not been confirmed yet, and I'm hoping to go to that.
Well, let's hope it gets confirmed. Well, Jim, thank you very much for your time and good luck to you in your trip.
And I'm looking forward to the game. Cheers.
The concourse of the Hill Dickinson Stadium. See that's everything shot. It's actually a really big area, this concourse. And as you can see, got a bar, lots of different types of bar. Big kind of places just outside, you know. Outside Camden, it's just mainly hot dogs and burgers and pies, etc. But here you've got, you know, crepes and big crowds, you've got street crowds, Barca. Something different to when we get back home. It's wind. Listen, I'm taking some stadium. Oh, this looks cool. This is really nice. Nice the pitch as well. So I was hoping for the bacon and haggis pizza that Gully had advertised in his video, but it seemed like you could only get that outside the ground and not inside. But what I have gone instead is this Ivorian stew, which also came part of his video. Last minute decision to go with this. Very nice, yeah, really nice. A wee bit on the salty side, but overall, I'll do for dinner. Let's hope it's not as boring as it was on Saturday. I expect a team where a lot of them have got a fight to do, so yeah, let's hope we can do it. Let's go! Familiar story in that first half. First 10 minutes was a lot better than what the whole night was on Saturday. And then we lose a pretty daft goal. It's a good counter attack by Cote. What the hell's Liam Kelly doing watching the ball hitting the post and not reacting to the rebound? He's not prepared at all. That's a guy that's played twice against Hannon for Rangers this season, that's been it. Just shocking. And since then, it's been pretty poor from us. You know, the passing's been slack, the movement's been poor. And any time we do move, it's just safe. But passing across the back and still. Well, let's hope the second half's better, that's for sure. Decent effort, had chances, but overall quality failed. That was the difference for us tonight. Much better than Saturday. Phil. Nice to meet you. Right, well, I'm almost back at my hotel after walking back from Old Dickinson Stadium. Enjoyed the stadium. I thought it was I think Everton have done a great job with their ground. Good atmosphere right on top of the players. It's amazing what 750 million can get you, to be fair. But yeah, it was a disappointing night again. I mean, it was a much better performance than against Japan and Cedella, but ultimately we've come away with defeat, and a lot of fans are worried ahead of the World Cup, understandably so. So you're coming up against Morocco, who are just outside the top 10, semi-finals 4 years ago, and Brazil, obviously the name suits themselves. I wouldn't actually be surprised if Morocco beat Brazil in the tournament, but we'll wait and see. So yeah, that's what we're going to be up against. The main game is Haiti. We need to win these friendlies that are coming up against Curacao and allegedly Venezuela. Those are two teams that we should be looking to beat. If we don't beat them, then there's going to be a lot of worried people going into the World Cup, and we'll just need to see what happens. But anyway, thanks to everyone who contributed to this video today, and thanks to everyone who's watched the SFF podcast. We've got more content coming up before the World Cup. We've got the interview with Morris Malpass coming up in April. I'll be speaking to a guy from Boston as well about the travel arrangements. We've got a music special coming up at the end of May, and there'll no doubt be one or two other things dotted in, and we'll have a Bonanza preview as well before a couple of the guys like Josh and Darius, etc. all head out to America. So keep your eyes peeled, but thank you to everyone for watching.